Harley. Margot. How are we doing today? You guys ready to talk about Color Out of Space? Color Out of Space. Remember that movie? You were probably just like, what the fuck is he watching? What's he doing with his life? Why? Why are we kidnapped in this house? Right? Yeah, want to talk about that with me? You know? Dogs are on board. They dropped off some wine. At least I got that going for me. Alright, let's get this shit show on the road. Hello, citizens. So today I am reviewing Color Out of Space. So it's this classy movie. Oh, this is World Trade Center. On top of two towers of movies, of Nick Cage movies. Real classy, guys. Whoever set this up. Okay, that's the full collection of Nick Cage movies as of right now. Looks a little better, right? All right, so today I watched this one, Color Out of Space, his latest movie. Let's set this up. Let's set this big bad pink bitch up. All right, looks fantastic. Yeah. So today I watched Color Out of Space from 2019 from director Richard Stanley, featuring Nick Cage and some other people. I don't even know how much detail I want to get into with this fucking movie. It's very, very similar. I had very strong connection to Mandy. You can't deny it. It's made by the same company, XYZ Films. Very similar color scheme, obviously. Very pink, or magenta, whatever you want to call it. And it gives you kind of a similar vibe. Nick Cage goes crazy. And his wife dies in the movie, spoiler. So, oh, by the way, if you haven't seen anything in the movie, if you want to watch it, don't watch this shit, obviously. So, okay, let's get into Color Out of Space. I didn't know where to begin with this fucking thing. Let me begin. I don't like H.P. Lovecraft. I don't like him. I have nothing against him. I just don't really care for it. I just don't like it's goopy body horror. I don't know how else to describe it. Where things are puddly goos and spewing liquids, and I don't get grossed out. I'm not like, yeah, I don't like it. It doesn't offend my sensibilities. I just watch it and I'm like, I get nothing out of this. I'm not like, yeah, I'm not like, that makes me think. I'm just like, and is this as deep as it's gonna get? And I've never read any of his short stories or anything like that. I've just seen, like, you know, Reanimator and From Beyond. This movie has a lot in common with From Beyond. Obviously, the magenta is part of that. The pink. Reanimator is the green movie, obviously. That's all green shit, green liquids, and From Beyond's all pink lights, and this is very similar to that.
You know, H.P. Lovecraft is not for everyone. Couple things with H.P. Lovecraft. He is public domain, so all of his stories can be done by literally anyone that wants to do it. There's no rights involved, you know. But Lovecraft is not popular because of two reasons. For one, H.P. Lovecraft himself was a famous racist asshole. Okay, so that's not really popular, you know. But even if you take out the element of racism, the guy really didn't like people very much. And a lot of his stories deal with humanity being this insignificant little cog in this giant universe of horrible things that humans are not capable of understanding. And that's what they mean by cosmic horror. It doesn't just mean, you know, aliens coming down and doing things. And there is some of that in his stories, but it's mostly the fact that there are things out in the universe that are much older and more terrible than you can possibly imagine. And just the very comprehension, the very thought of these things would drive you insane.
Director Richard Stanley, who... How do we break this down? Let's just get into it. Richard Stanley, I only know from almost directing The Island of Dr. Moreau. I have a huge obsession, which if you watch any of my shows, with John Frankenheimer. John Frankenheimer is directed a ton of great movies. But Richard Stanley was set up to direct The Island of Dr. Moreau in the 90s with Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer and David Thewlis, however you say that fucking guy's weird name. The guy from Harry Potter. You were born in 1999. The guy from Harry Potter. But at some point in the process, he got fired. There's a whole documentary out of it called Lost Souls. The something of Richard Stanley. Well, fucking long ass title. But this is how I found out about Richard Stanley. He got fired from the project, left They're like filming in like Africa or Asia or some shit like that. And he goes out and he just like watches the set from afar, and he watches John Frankenheimer come in, and the whole fucking production sucks. The movie sucks. Not a very good movie in any respect. There's nothing enjoyable about that. It's not even so bad it's good. It's just bad. But anyway, he doesn't leave the place. He just sits there and spies on him. And eventually he sneaks on in one of the like animal uniforms. And he's a fucking crazy guy. He always wears a cowboy hat or like one of those types of hats. And he always... I've never seen another one of his movies, so this is really my first go-round with an actual Richard Stanley movie. And I gotta say, as far as directing goes, I liked his directing style, for the most part. There are some issues, which I will get into.
Color Out of Space. This is a fantastic movie starring Nicolas Cage, directed by Richard Stanley. Richard Stanley directs this wonderful movie called Hardware, which is one of my favorite cyberpunk techno thrillers I've ever seen in my entire life. I remember first seeing it when I was in high school, and it used to come on HBO late at night, and for the longest time I didn't even know what the frickin' name of the movie was. I'm like, what's this cool-ass, like, kind of Terminator techno thriller thing that I'm watching at night with industrial music playing in the background? This is my physical copy of Hardware. I highly recommend you get this movie and watch it if you haven't seen it already. It's freaking amazing.
It's not my kind of movie, so I don't know what to say. Like, if you're like the movie Outcast, I could talk about that one all day long for some reason, even though it's not my kind of movie. But this one is not my kind of movie, and I don't know what to say about it. There's not really a whole lot that happens, but also there's a shit ton of things that happen, but it's all kind of too similar for me. But let's get into it. Nick Cage plays fucking Nathan. What's Nathan Gardner? Gardner, I say. The daughter says Gardner, adds an extra syllable. But fuck it. Let's begin at the beginning. Okay, Wiccan girl out in the woods. It's the daughter, Nick Cage's daughter. We don't know that yet, but she's out in the woods, like doing some sort of like, oh, hear me, cure my mama's cancer, and she's like got the rocks all around her, and there's like a swastika made out of Barbie doll legs, and I'm like, what the shit are we watching? And she's doing this whole thing, and some black dude walks up on her, and I was just like, dude, you're black in a horror movie. Get the fuck out of there, dude. It's not worth it. Whatever happens here is not going to be worth it for you. Your people do not have a great track record in horror movies. Get the fuck out while you can. You seem like a smart guy. And instead, he walks up to her, starts talking to her, and then who gives a shit? Something about Wiccans or some other version of Wiccans, and he's wrong, and they fuck off. She looks like she's from like 1600s, and she like trots along. She's wearing like, she looks like she's going to like the medieval festival, and she trots along, goes back home. Turns out Cage is her dad, and he's wearing modern clothes. I don't know why the fuck she's 3 centuries behind, but we got a Nazi doll, Nazi Barbie legs. Cool.
Behind me, Gabrielle.
There's no Gabrielle, sorry.
To my left,
That's the bloody girl.
Ariel.
Am I watching Troy, Resurrection of Anus again?
To my
This
right,
feels a lot like it. Oh, here he is. Dude, get out of there. You don't have a chance. Your skin tone tells me you don't have a chance in this movie. Run away now.
Get me out of here.
Sorry, I make horse noises.
I'm sorry.
Live in your gardener.
You live in my garden?
Live out here.
In my garden?
I'm for-
What the fuck year is it? Bitch is barefoot on a fucking horse. It seems like 1620. This dude's wearing like modern clothes.
Let's go.
Nice knowing
He
you.
seems 20 years older than her. This is very inappropriate. She's out of a fucking fairy tale. He looks confused. What century is my daughter in? Oh, God.
Lavinia, you didn't do it.
Lavinia.
Oh,
Lavinia Gardner. Let her go back to her century, her timeline, her time period. He's just like, he's got his glasses on. He's Professor Cage, which is my favorite Cage. It's the one that's from like oh God, what is that movie with Pay the Ghost? It's somewhere in here. I'm guessing it's in this stack. Pay the Ghost and like National Treasure, where it's Professor Cage. It's Smart Cage. Sophisticated, I think is what I called it. Cage seems like a loving father. You gotta set it up so that everyone gets along great. You could tell the sister, though, seems like a real bitch. She doesn't really like her family that much. She also prayed or did a curse or what the fuck she did to get out of there. She wants to leave. I don't know if she has any plan. She's attracted to the guy she met earlier that I was talking about, the black dude that stumbled upon her, who's like 25, 30, and she's 14, and they're just like giving each other fuck me eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck are we watching? Like, is that what the horror is going to be about? Like pedophilia? Because that's not a horror I'm willing to, like, I have to deal with that shit out in the life. Not me being a pedophile, but like that's a real life thing that's going on. I don't want to watch a movie about that. Spotlight won Best Picture. We're done with that. We can move on. I don't need to watch this shit. But it's not a Kevin Bacon movie is my point. But let's talk about I don't know what fucking happens next. There's so much weird shit that happens slowly. Very slowly. There's a lot of setup in this movie. The older brother is as the younger sister said, he's a reefer smoker. She fucks off to the barn and she finds him smoking pot with the alpacas, and then that goes nowhere. They go back inside, and it never came up again that either the mom had cancer or that he smoked pot. It didn't fucking matter. I don't know why they even set it up.
He's supposed to be studying.
She okay?
As are you.
How should I know? He's probably listening to NASA recordings with Ezra. Benny, I can smell your stoned ass from here.
I hope it's a horse getting high. Hey, bro.
Yes.
Carrot, sugar cube, man. You get the horse munchies.
I'm not your barn bitch.
Actually, you are.
I was someone's barn bitch for a while. Not so bad. Not so bad.
Down by
I
the
don't know what
river.
to talk about
Said he was
it.
doing
Is
a
he gonna hang
survey.
himself?
Survey of what?
The water table or something.
The
Not
water
sure.
table?
It's kind of cute though.
They go back inside. They have a lovely dinner. The mom's upstairs working at one point. Her phone calls keep dropping. She's like, business jargon, business jargon. Oh my God. Oh, businessy, Mr. Businessman. Business jargon. Yes, business jargon. Oh, hello? And here like, business, business. And I don't know what the fuck she does for a living. The phone call drops. She comes down and yells at Cage to fix the satellite on the roof. That's as much setup as they give you for some things, and they argue about it later. But the biggest part happens the next night or that night where he finally fucks his wife. I know so because he says it later. Get it, Cage! Get in there! Bust those guts! He's gonna change that older brother. He's not looking porn forever. Got a glowing MacGuffin out in the yard. It's weird. Nathan Gardner.
Well, it was last night. I was in bed with my wife, and it was the first time that we, since the operation.
Why did you have to include that little detail?
Like a sonic boom and a big flash, like a pink light.
Anyway, so I'm fucking her really good, getting in there, first time in a while, And, she's got that little dryness going on, She's been trying to take some cream for it. It's just not working out since it's not lubricating down there. So anyway, I walk over to the nightstand, I grab some KY, and I get it in there, get on my finger, I spill over the floor. I kind of slip in a little bit. I don't fall down, though, luckily, because I had like a hemorrhage last year, and I don't want to go through that again. Anyway, or concussion or anything from high school. I can't take another one, the doctor said. Anyway, so I get up the lube, I clean it up, and by the time I get over the bed, I'm not hard anymore, so she has to fluff me a little bit, and I get in the bed, and we're trying to go at it, and all of a sudden this fucking neon light comes in, and it's very, very uncomfortable. And she's telling me some story, sharing too many details, and I'm like, why are you going into detail about something that doesn't matter? And so anyway, this lands in the yard, and I keep going, because why not? And I finish on her chest, and I come outside, and here's this, What? All of a sudden, he's fucking her. He's inside. I don't know if he's going back door or not. Jack is sleeping in the other room in his bedroom. He's a fucking piece of shit sleeping. Jack, who gives a shit about that kid? The older brother is watching computer porn. Younger sister, I don't remember what the fuck she's doing. And all of a sudden, everything starts flashing, and you hear everything gets all visually crazy, all magenta-y, and you see like a big circle in the sky, and that's the color out of space that's coming. And everything flashes, and everyone freaks out, and they all get together, and they're like, what the fuck was that? They go outside, and then they find a big fucking, Tommy Knockers meteorite from space, obviously, but it's magenta instead of green. If you ever see the Stephen King miniseries Tommy Knockers, it's okay-ish. It doesn't hold up. But, and they're just, sitting there, and Nick Cage is just like, yeah, it smells, it fucking reeks, and nobody else really notices the smell. And the older brothers are like sitting there fucking poking it with a stick the next morning. He calls the cops out the next morning, and also the mayor. I don't know what would have to happen in my life that I would involve the mayor with it. I can't describe the lengths I would go to not call the mayor. If someone told me they were going to kill the mayor, I still wouldn't call the mayor. I would call the cops. What the fuck is the mayor there? I don't understand why I'm mayor. How small is this fucking town of Arkham that the mayor is just like, yeah, I'll go. I'm going to go, but I'm going to bitch at them for dragging me along to this for some reason. Why the fuck are you even there at all? You have nothing. You have no... What are you going to do here that's going to help us? I have no idea. You're a mayor. You don't matter at all in this scenario. I can't fathom why she came along. And she didn't matter ultimately. They show one of her commercials later on, and that's it for the fucking mayor. Why even show the bitch? I don't understand it. But then they show the fucking rock, and then the water guy stumbles all up, and then they have a little conversation about the fucking rock, and they have a little fuck me eyes again between the 14-year-old and the 30-year-old man.
Dad.
Okay, we got this covered. Off you go.
I want to suck a dick. By the underage girl I'm attracted to and therefore I'm way too old for. Sorry, hi sir. You want to sell me your daughter?
You like him, huh?
What? No. Why would you say that?
Oh, well, come on. It was obvious. You were practically throwing yourself.
Get
at him.
inside,
I mean,
hydrologist.
Mom, look at the way you're dressed.
She walks away because Nick Cage tells her to fuck off in the house with Jack. And the mom's like, you want to fuck him. You want to suck his balls just clean, don't you? And she's like, all embarrassed, goes upstairs, starts like fucking like dig her nail into her hand, and she cries and listens to music. And I'm like, your mom was just saying you're attracted to that man out there, aren't you? That grown man twice your age, aren't you? She didn't even say like, fucking shame on you. Dry that vag out. Don't have the hot wets for that guy. You don't want to fuck that guy. He's gonna get taken to prison. You're gonna be a scumbag that took a guy to prison. Just don't get involved. She was just like, oh, you're attracted to him, aren't you? And then she stormed off, and she's like, what the fuck did I do? This family's fucked. This family's a piece of shit. But I don't know where to go from here. At some point they go, water guy. The all-important water guy is just like, who else lives here? Who else lives here? And they're like, oh, it's just the family. Oh, we also got Ezra, a squatter that lives on our property with a shack. I don't know what he's going to tell you. He doesn't really say much. And you kind of see like different Barbie doll heads and everything. And I'm like, is he the fucking dude that made the swastika out of the Barbie doll legs? Because I don't think he's going to talk to this guy. I have a strange suspicion he's not going to want to talk to the black guy who's a waterologist, or whatever the fuck his job was.
There's Ezra, our squatter, but he keeps to himself.
You have a squatter?
Would it be okay if I talk with him?
You can try.
That's got to be Tommy Chong,
I
right?
can show you the way.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't promise he's going to talk to you.
He's racist. A lot of Confederate flags posted outside his home, Who has a squatter on their property? There's a lawsuit waiting to happen nowadays. He's the one making the Barbie dolls and the swastikas. Tommy Chong opens the door, lets him inside, and then they talk about fucking something. It doesn't matter what they talked about. Nobody cares. Dave's not here, man.
Oh, it's the surveyor man.
By the way, it's not a character. They probably went to Tommy Chong's house, and he just knew all this. He's not doing any performance. He never got a script. They never asked him to be in a movie. They fuck off, and then the waterologist guy disappears for 35 scenes. This movie gets really focused on like one or two characters to the point where you forget about the other people around them, and it's just like, oh, fuck that, and goes over here, and here's Cage again, and you're just watching them. There's a bunch of Cage scenes in a row. Eventually, the wife, basically, to push fast forward on this sumbitch here, they all start slowly going crazy. They all start kind of being affected by this meteorite that lands. It fucks the little boy Jack sees or hears some whistling from the man in the well. So he sits there like a dumb shit going, and the well will whistle back, and I'm like, I don't give a shit movie. This is like a weird David Lynch scene. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Fuck off. Go back inside.
What are you up to?
Playing with my friends.
Cool. That's the appropriate response to stay alive in one of these kind of movies. You have fun with that. I'm not going to investigate. Oh, you got a guy in the well? Yeah. Gonna go ahead and leave him alone. Okay, bye. As a black guy in a horror movie, have fun. Nope. Just gonna go check out water. That's my job. For some reason, I'm living on your land now. Fuck you, Chuck Chuck. And the dog hates him. Don't fucking touch me. So, you should kill yourself, huh? Nobody likes you here. And you jump in that well. Speaking of David Lynch, got a couple David Lynch movies right here.
The feel of that thing came about because that particular night, the guitar just had a different sound. It was incredible. I barely touched this thing, and it just started singing.
David Lynch. So he's hearing that. The older brother eventually at one point starts to kind of imagine things and loses track of time. So does the daughter. At one point, the wife is cutting up carrots, and then she's just like, and you know what's gonna happen like a full minute and a half before it happens, but she chops her 2 fingers off. Cage runs in, takes her to the hospital, tells the kids to stay there, tells Jack to go fuck himself. But he tells the older brother, you know, you watch the kids, you watch the family. I'm gonna go take care of the wife, take her to the hospital. Make sure the alpacas are back in the barn by 10.
We'll call you from the hospital. Benny, you're man of the house. I want those alpacas back in the barn by 10 o'clock.
You got it, Dad.
10 o'clock!
I wouldn't know how to begin getting an alpaca back in a fucking barn. I have no idea. I'm just learning it with candy like a pedophile. I have no idea what to do. Go around with a fucking little flute. Follow me, alpacas. No idea. I would be so lost. I'd just slaughter the alpacas and drag their dead bodies inside. But I'm not a psychopath, women, okay? That's something on my eye. I wasn't winking. It's weird. Oh, both eyes. Weird. And there's fucking alpacas. And he milks them, and he thinks he's going to make meat out of them. They're fucking alpacas. They're used for fur, and that's it. People make things out of their fur. The end of alpacas, as far as I know. But he's milking it, and it looks fucking disgusting. I don't think it was a female alpaca. I think he was fucking jerking off an alpaca. And the dude's just like, yeah, however much milk you want, man. Oh, yeah. Wait, you're going to give it to your family? Oh, whatever, I can't hear you. Oh, fuck. And he's just like, fucking, what's that? Our water's tainted? As we see that the water is all messed with. So, and then you see the family slowly drinking it throughout the movie, and that's why they start going crazy, but that's not milk. Nathan, that's I mean, the alpaca's really enjoying what you're doing, but that is not a female, sir. I'm sure you can record it and make some money off selling that online, but milk. Really warm, salty milk.
I like it taste.
Oh, no. Oh,
That's gross.
intolerant.
You're lost.
Oh, we're gonna see it on his lips, aren't we? Oh, good. I couldn't take that much erotic in this movie. The sister. Every time Nick Cage calls her, it's like he's calling from like a fucking war zone where it's and then it cuts to Cage. It's hey honey, so I think we're gonna be a little bit later. That was one great laugh in the movie. There is when they cut to him just like really sweetly like, hey, we'll be there later. We'll be there later. Oh, I will kill you. You will see it in the flesh. Like it's just the discrepancy between what she hears and what's actually happening is amazing.
Hello?
Hello, Lavinia. Is that you?
All right. That was effective. I like that. Let's go down to the dental clinic. Who fucking cares? So much happens and none of it moves fast in any direction. Eventually, let's just say they're in a position where Jack's outside. The mom comes outside, grabs Jack. The alpacas are in the fucking barn, and they start shooting lightning. This sounds stupid as shit, doesn't it? Shooting lightning into the mom and son. She's holding him from behind. I thought she's holding him from behind like this, like protecting him, but he might have been behind her, considering what happens later. I don't know. His mom clotheslined him. fuck is happening? Huh. Good news, Dad. Jack Jack's dead. Jack Jack died. Couldn't be happier about that, but I hope they like morphed into one like the fucking Fly. Fucking Jack Jack. Back Jack Jack. They lit her down like this, so Jack Jack's face is just smushed into the back of the couch, just fucking not breathing at all. You just hear like her going ah, and like making alpaca noises, and then he's just like and they're just like, why are they making these noises? I'm like, probably because they're fucking super glued together by lightning. Why are you amazed that they're like, I don't like this existence anymore? And they're like, why are they so upset? Why aren't they happy? Why are they making those noises? I just want them to shut up. Like, yeah, you bitch, you fuse yourself to someone else, another human being, your own child, and let me know how much noise you make. God damn. Selfish bitch. Everyone's a selfish bitch in this movie. Eventually, they end up in the fucking attic, and then Cage goes in the shooter after he shot all the alpaca. All the alpacas like became this weird fused monster. It was like a lot like From Beyond. That slimy, goopy shit. He goes outside and he shoots them all. And he goes upstairs to shoot her. He makes the kids leave and they do. And he's just like, starts kissing her, which is just like From Beyond. This is weird, right? This isn't normal, right? Okay.
Go downstairs, both of you.
Yeah, you got a gun and you're covered in blood. And you're talking all ominous about us leaving the room. Yeah, I'll leave the room. Do they look like your mom and brother? Do they look like they want to be alive? You let her drink out of a water bowl like a doggy. Finally, we get to fucking shoot Jack Jack. Bathe in his blood. Jesus, dude. You know what to do this so... Clean your glasses, Cage. Those are filthy. How are you seeing anything? He's just guessing where her head is.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Daddy's gonna take one more crack at you. Don't look, Jack Jack. What the fuck do I care about you? He's like, we're gonna go on that trip. And I thought he was doing like a, you know, a mice and men thing. Like, think of the rabbits. Think of them. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, aren't they pretty? And he's gonna blow her brains out. But no, he just kisses her and he's like, we're gonna go on that trip. You know, I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go take care of something. And he leaves. And I'm like, oh, he's really planning a trip with his fused together wife and child. How are you going to explain that at TSA when they go through the scanner and the guy has to watch like two different skeletons facing different directions, like ah! Like little fucking Jack Jack on her back. That sounds like a fucking crazy song or like an SNL skit. Jack Jack on her back. Jacko on the backo, on his backo. I just pictured the TSA guy going, oh my god, no, just get the fuck out of here. I don't even care. Oh my god, did I really just see that? That was fucked up. You gotta warn someone before you do that. Oh my god, ma'am. Get the fuck out of here. Get on that plane. Oh my god. Yeah, great. I don't want to fill you up and see if you have any weapons. No, you can carry all the weapons you want with that shit going on. I don't even care anymore. You should take that weapon and blow your own brains out. That's what you should do, ma'am. Anyway, get on the plane. I just don't understand what his plan is for this in long term. Then you start to realize, oh, he's going crazy. He's got scales all over his arm, and the fucking older sister keeps cutting herself. She performs like some sort of ritual to ward off the demons, and she has a fucking little thing in her head. She starts cutting up all her arms and everything, and legs, and just cuts all these symbols into her. And I expected that to go somewhere. I don't know if it did or not. I'll throw out a couple theories here at the end here, and you let me know what the fuck you think happened, because I am at a loss for words for some of this shit. Not that I was like, oh, it's so deep, but more I was like, I just don't care what happened, really. But if you want to tell me, great. If not, it will make no difference in my life, but whatever. More than willing to have a conversation. But they get, I don't even, there's nothing else to say. Eventually, the guy back at town, the sheriff, shows the waterologist the fucking weird hybrid of glued together cats and animals.
What happened to him?
So they go into town. They decide to go to Nick Cage's place. Nick Cage is running around like a lunatic. The older brother goes down the well to look for the man in the well. Or he hears the cat, or no, the dog, Sam the dog. And he goes after that, and he gets obliterated by something. We never see him again. He was barely in the movie anyway. Probably my favorite character, honestly, which sucks. But waterologist, sheriff get to town. They go into the house. The daughter fucked off. I don't know where she went. They go in the house. Oh, Nick Cage locked her upstairs with the wife and was like, "You're gonna feed mommy." So he's gonna feed it, and then you see the mom creature, and it's straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing. He locks her up there.
Now feed your mother.
Wow. I saw The Thing. Cool. Nick Cage is going crazy, just like, the wife's right here. Oh, she's right here. And he starts doing this. He's doing his 1983, I'm doing a Chicago version, but I can't do the voice. And I did it during the live screening, so maybe I'll cut to that footage. But he's doing his Valley Girl accent, I guess is what you call it. His Valley Girl voice, or his early Nick Cage voice.
You know, if I could just get a little consideration around here, just a little support.
Why is he
it would
doing
be
that voice?
greatly
His
fucking appreciated.
early 1980s voice. His Peggy Sue Got Married voice.
Why are you so in denial?
Okay, you know, I've had
Drama!
it with your
Okay.
drama.
Talking like a
Lavinia.
Valley Girl, because I was in that movie Valley Girl. Okay? A Valley Girl. Okay? I fucking had it, bro. Okay? Sheriff goes up there with a waterologist, eventually shoots. I thought the sheriff was going to shoot the wife, but it said it was Nick Cage, where he shoots them both, the son and the wife. And then he walks back downstairs, and I'm like, you should probably take that gun away from him. And then he goes downstairs, and then they follow him down, all three of them. And then Nick Cage gets shot by the sheriff. And then Nick Cage dies. And then I don't care about the rest of the movie, so as far as I know, there's credits right after that. Or at least I skipped to the credits. No! How dare you shoot Cage? Oh no! The waterologist and the sheriff go up to Tommy Chong's place, find him dead, and he's playing some recording. I don't know how fucking long that was playing. It's only like an hour tape, but it's been playing for who knows how long. But just maybe it's on a loop somehow. But then they find him dead. They go outside. The sheriff gets pulled up into the trees, becomes part of the tree, and it reminded me of that movie Annihilation, only not nearly as good. This is a more like gothic version of that. That was a really solid sci-fi movie, and this one's just like, I just find it weird for weird sake, you know? It's kind of like those like early 2000 boner comedies. Like, it's just gross for gross sake. Like Van Wilder. I just don't get it. I just don't care. It's not funny. But he walks away, finds the daughter. She's got all her shit up and crazy. She starts going crazy. She's standing in front of the well, and then she just like opens her mouth and then burns away. And then goes part of the sky. So the waterologist fucks off, goes inside, and he sees Nick Cage sitting there, and he sees them all standing there eventually. Like they all became part of this commune of this alien, and they're all like part of it. So they're kind of all there, but not really there. And he watches them, and he goes down to the cellar where all the wine was from before, and apparently that thing can withstand an atomic blast because everything literally blows up outside, and we see ash, just ash as far as the eye can see. And then we see the cellar door swing open, and he climbs out of there. I'm like, oh, the black dude lived through the horror movie. Great. Great. You know, what are we at? 3 against 10,000 examples where the black guy dies first thing, so it stands as one of them. I mean, you got 1 for 3. You got this and what? Deep Blue Sea. 1 for 2 in that movie, but he lives. And then you got probably another one. I'll just say there's another one. I just can't think of what it is. But the point is, he walks around and he's kind of like, this is how we live now. And I'm like, what the fuck is this ending? So he's alive. That's all that matters. Credits. Okay, movie's over. What the fuck happened? Why did the daughter look up in the sky and blow up? Was that her destroying the alien? Was that her becoming the alien? Was that the alien leaving? It seems more like the whole setup. I'm going to go ahead and assume things that were introduced in the beginning are paid off later, because that's how a good storyteller would do it. Otherwise, that doesn't matter. And now here we are at the end with the whole front of the movie that didn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and assume this was her destroying the alien as part of her wish, or her Wiccan shit, whatever it was, and destroying the alien. She got her wish to leave this place. Maybe, or that would be if the alien took her. She left this place and she got rid of whatever. So I don't know. What's your interpretation? I don't fucking know. I don't want to hear, I read the book. I watched the movie. I don't need to read the book. I watched the movie. In the end, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't know why I'm so angry, but I just felt nothing watching this movie. I felt absolutely nothing. Again, I didn't hate it. I liked it. I thought it was really well shot, and it looks beautiful. It looks very beautiful. And acting's good. I had nothing against it. Really. It doesn't do anything for me. I feel like it's like watching a cooking channel for me. I'm just like, I'm not going to watch it, but if it's on, I'll be like, all right, that's on. That's kind of how I felt about this. It's a cooking channel for me. I felt nothing. I wanted to feel something. I was upset when Cage died. Then he came back again, so I don't know how to feel about that. So I'm done talking about this movie now. Here's my Cage rankings. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Do what you will with those. By the way, I've officially seen all of these movies now, because due to quarantine, I sat down and watched all of these movies. There's not one in the stack below my hands I haven't seen. There's a couple more on the way, too, that I've seen. It's getting real sad here. Let me out. Let me out of here. So very much like Mandy, this Saw music is driving me crazy. The fuck was that movie? I don't want to talk about it too much because I have to do a whole review about it after, because my kidnappers are making me. So I'll use this time to go ahead and go to liwstudios.com, liwstudios.com. Check out all the shows on there. We have LIW Tales from the Crypt review. That's the newest show. LIW the Twilight Zone review, LIW Walking Dead review, LIW Westworld review, LIW American Horror Story review, LIW movie review. Whew, so many LIWs. They all begin with LIW. Just search LIW review. You'll see them. Also, B-Movie Battle, which is what I'm recording this for, against my will. And Nick Cage Cast, which is exactly the specific version of B&B this is, B-Movie Battle. Because I'm forced to. So I have to. So, Americant, and then my NyQuil and Cocaine book is on there, and there's different videos for it. And I can't wait to talk about this movie. Let's find out what the fuck I think about this movie, because I'm not sure yet. It'll be me working it out, so this will be interesting. Yeah, go there. Any comments, concerns, questions, loiteringinwonderland@gmail.com. Patreon.com/loiteringinwonderlandstudios. Facebook, Loitering in Wonderland. Twitter, LIW Studios, or me, Phoenix West. You'll find us there. LIW the TZ Review, also on Twitter. 2019. This movie got delayed for fucking years. I've been hearing about this movie for so long, and it kept saying, like, we're going to release it early 2019. That's why the little fucking Jack here is so young. But he's not that young now. He's way older. Like, he's like 3 years older in Fear the Walking Dead that came out last year. So this movie's been around for a while. I feel like he shot this 5 years ago.
It has a 2019 release date, but it didn't actually get into theaters until January. But there were no showings for the Color Out of, or I shouldn't say it's just called Color Out of Space. There were no showings for Color Out of Space in my local theaters. Why? I was looking all over for this movie. I had to comb for it. I was wanting to order a Blu-ray. It wasn't available. And then they kept pushing the date back. And then I wanted to rent it. I couldn't figure out if it was on demand or if it was somewhere out on the internet. I didn't really know. I had to look for it, and then all of a sudden one day it popped up in the Voodoo playlist under indie films. I'm like, holy shit, Color Out of Space! And I just blind bought that shit because I feel bad for what happened to Richard Stanley, and I'm like, even if I hate this movie, I want to support this dude. I want him to get some kind of royalty or at least a fraction of anything to support Richard Stanley.
I would say watch it. Watch it if you're into weird shit. If you're not in the weird shit, just skip it. You're not going to miss anything. If you don't watch it because Nick Cage is in it and that's really about it, I'd say don't bother. I would say if you're into weird shit and you like Reanimator and From Beyond and movies like that, go ahead and check it out. You'll enjoy this flick. If you think it looks like Mandy, I would say don't do it because Mandy is a very different feel from this movie. I don't think visually it looks like Mandy, but anything else thematically it's nothing like Mandy. I would just say Mandy is way better. Just go ahead and watch Mandy. There you go. So let's just say Cage is kind of boring. He gets to go back and forth a lot between sweet, sincere dad to lunatic with a 1980s Valley Girl voice. Back to sweet dad. And he's got scales. And he freaks out in a fucking car once. He's like, "Argh!" And it reminded me of Mom and Dad when he's freaking out in the car.
You fucking cocksucker!
Mom and Dad vibes. Fuck it up, Cage. Cocaine has it. The cocaine's taking over. NyQuil's worn off. Woo! And the NyQuil is starting to take over again. Perhaps by walking, you can gain distance from the house. And you won't literally put it in your rear view because you can't drive, but you could leave. And let me just say, I've heard that he's going to play Joe Exotic coming up. Everyone fucking knows about Joe Exotic, but I've already heard about him playing Joe Exotic in a movie. Please stop sending me shit about it. I understand. There's nothing more I can do about that. Once I know. So stop telling me. I don't need to hear it anymore, okay? Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I have a sad life where people continuously tell me about Nick Cage all the fucking time. But I know it by now, okay? I don't know why people feel the need to tell me about Nick Cage stuff, okay? I just don't get it. So anyway, yeah, until next time when I do, I think Raising Arizona is up next. But until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. So long, citizens. See you next time on B-Movie Battle. Nick Cage Cast. What am I doing? Why am I ending it like this? Harley? Anything you want to say about this? Good? Okay. She's good. Oh, don't watch Primal. It's not good. Skip it. Can you at least give Jack some fucking oxygen? You have to smush him against the back of the couch. He's just suffocating. He's not being absorbed.